This is a story about an old car and a stupid plan. Because the good ideas are usually the boring ones. Because hey, what could possibly go wrong?
Welcome back to another episode of Escape to the East. Yeah, we're leaving Kazakhstan. I mean, not quite yet. That are the last meters in Kazakhstan. It's about 35 kilometers to the Russian border. And the road is so empty that I'm already wondering if the border is open because I don't see any cars anymore. I'm driving through the absolute end of the world. It's kind of nice because there's some trees. You can see some forest in the background on the right. And some open fields, but it's a bit more habitable than what I experienced in Kazakhstan in the last days. Okay guys, it's the last point before the Russian border basically. There's a small container selling insurances for Russia, for the car. So I'll get it right now. Okay, so this place didn't sell Russian insurances after all. Would have been a bit surprising also. But it says Russian insurance on it, so I asked, but they changed money and I got still a bit extra cash this morning, and again I managed to bargain a bit, and the rate was even a bit better than the rate I got yesterday in the town. So I think now I'm quite good set to go. I have about 500 euros worth of Russian rubles in rubles, plus I've got some extra cash in euros that I can change along the way. So yeah, last 10-15 kilometers to the border, here we come. We're making it. The fence on the left side is Russia, the Russian border. So border fence on the left, trucks on the right. That really looks like we are reaching the border now. Good news is the line doesn't look very long. Okay guys, standing at the border, I just had to have a pre-check with my passport and car documents. And the guy asked if I have honey, meat or living animals, or canister of benzene, which I have. So right now I still filled up as much as I could into Theodore, and then still gave this guy in front of me some free fuel, I think about 8 liters or so. He was very happy, and as exchange he offered me some fresh nice tea, which is very hot, and outside is also very hot, but very nice people here. Oh guys, it's just hot here, just trying to survive. This guy passed, yay, congrats. Not feeling that strong today. I guess yesterday too much driving with the open window, then sitting in the cafe with the AC while editing a video for a few hours. Oh, that's tough. Okay guys, we made it to Russia. It took about 3 hours, and altogether it was a quite friendly encounter. Everybody was nice. Most of the time I spent waiting in line, already 1 hour in Kazakhstan just to enter the border area. And right now I'm standing right in front of the border. You can see it next to the cell phone tower, or whatever tower that is. It's a very small border, not a lot going on there. Yeah, so good, easy experience. I can definitely recommend this border. I'll take the name here. And the nice thing is, because I entered for Kyrgyzstan to this economic region, I didn't have to fill out all the documents that we normally have to fill out when entering Russia. So it was quite a, a perk, because that's going to be super annoying. You can see these guys waiting to enter from Russia into Kazakhstan. And also here, the line is not exactly that long. Pretty relaxed place. Even the petrol station on the right closed down. Not enough customers, I guess. Okay guys, it's time for a small trick. I mean, the last days and weeks almost, I was driving through very, very hot areas. Every day over 40 degrees, and the car was also very hot. And the problem is that the iPhone gets very warm. I guess not only iPhones, but also other phones. Plus I think my battery might be a bit tired after being used as a navigator and all the seat for a long time. So the trick is, you take just some cloth, make it wet, hold it out of the window so it cools down, and then wrap it really tight around your phone. And it really cools down everything really quickly. So then even the phone starts charging again, because if the phone is hot and you charge it, nothing happens, it just gets even hotter, but it doesn't charge. And if it gets warm again, that's what you do. Ah, there we go. Cooling it down. Pretty good. And at some point, of course, it also gets dry. That's what you do. There you go. If a bit water comes in the car, it's even better because then you get refreshed, all inclusive. There you go, getting really fresh. Also my arm, that's nice. So yeah, that's how you make your phone survive if it's really, really hot. And if it stops charging and if it stops burning your hands. Another small challenge in Russia is that since beginning of July, it's basically impossible for foreigners to buy SIM cards. You have to apply for a social insurance number or something like that. Almost impossible. So what I did, I got the eSIM beforehand. I'm not disclosing the name of the provider because I'm not making advertisement for them, but that works. So just get the eSIM beforehand. And the fun fact is, if you use the eSIM, even the blocked social networks like Instagram will work without using a VPN. So keep that in mind when going to Russia. Earlier you could just buy a SIM card for €3 with a lot of internet. Not anymore, unfortunately. I'm a bit proud of myself, even though I don't feel really great. The border was long, tiring and hot, and I was driving a bit too much in general the last days. I still made it and drove over 3 hours since the Russian border. And I'm making really good progress, heading straight to the Altai. I'm driving a bit smaller roads, not the main route which was recommended by Google Maps and Yandex Maps, but I'm riding smaller roads, a few beautiful, beautiful landscapes. And I have a camping spot that I found over Overlander, which is supposed to be 23 minutes from here. Hope that's not a bad idea. It looks pretty deep actually. Let's have a small look. I'm trying to find out how deep it is. I'll throw a stone, let's see if we hear something. Click, that means it's not deep. Perfect. Perfect, no problem. It's always a bit scary if the water is dirty, so one doesn't see how deep it actually is. But this was a piece of cake. So on the designated spot, a Lada standing, a Lada Samara if I'm not mistaken. And I'm quite sure there'll be fishermen who are fishing here. I guess I will just drive a little bit further and find a spot where I have no company. Because I have to admit, I'm tired, I don't want to socialize. So I found a pretty nice spot at a river. Theodore is standing right there, but of course where Theodore is standing there's no internet. But there's a bit of internet here. Yeah, it was pretty hot when I arrived, but now the sun is just setting, also hiding it behind some clouds. And I have to say I'm absolutely dead after this day. I arrived completely sweaty, didn't have a place for shadow. I put up my tent and I think as soon as the sun is gone and the tent won't be too hot, I'll just sleep. Also good sometimes. Okay guys, good morning. First of all, look, I'm wearing a jacket. That's the first time I think since I flew back to Central Asia a few weeks ago. And it's a bit fresh and that's absolutely amazing because the heat was just too much lately. I repacked the tent because it started raining a little bit and I didn't want it to get wet before it getting folded. So I was folding it in the rain, but only small rain. And yeah, heading to the Altai Mountains today with this old beauty. By the way, it happened yesterday on the way here. There used to be an opening to pull a trailer, but I closed it a few years ago myself and maybe I hit something small yesterday. But I hit some cracks before already, so now Theodore has a white spot in the back. I guess I might put some tape over it to look a bit better. Back on the road. I have to say last night was quite good, but at some point there was some thunderstorm in the distance and then it started raining. And then there was also some wind making some noise. But hey, I mean, at the same time it got colder, so I don't complain at all about that. I got a bit worried because I drove many mud tracks to get to the riverside. They didn't get muddy, it wasn't enough rain, it's just a bit hard to estimate the actual amount of rain coming down and how much can be absorbed by the ground, but that was easy peasy. Also my little puddle river crossing from yesterday was no problem this time again. And now on open roads. It's actually really beautiful here. The sun is not beating down. Lush green fields. Some trees on the right. In front of me, Bukhanka, of course. Yeah, good times. So there might be actually a lot of dirt roads today, and it looks like we just entered the dirt road section already, a bit earlier than expected. Basically what I put into the navigator right now is a point well into the Altai Mountains, probably as far as I will go. I mean, right now I'm driving towards the Mongolian border, but I will not cross into Mongolia because I have only a single entry visa for Russia. So once I exit it, I cannot enter again, which would make me be stuck in Mongolia, which I don't want. Anyway, to this point in the Altai Mountains, it's still 10 hours drive and 640 kilometers. So averaging a speed of about 64 kilometers an hour. Road shouldn't be too bad, but of course, I mean, I'm using Yandex maps, which are quite good here, but never really trust a navigator. That's one thing I learned along the route. Okay guys, so I'm enjoying a rather rainy ride. It's not too hot, absolutely perfect. And I'm driving for about 1.5 hours now, and I just realized I forgot my pot at the previous camping spot. I put some water into it yesterday because it was dirty, to let it, well, soften up all the dirty bits in the pot, and I wanted to wash it this morning, but then I quickly packed the tent because it started raining, and I just left, and I left it there. So looks like we have a challenge to find a adequate camping pot in the next days, because without this pot I cannot do anything. I mean, I can prepare coffee with my coffee machine and my cooker, but I cannot cook any food. And I have to say I'm also out of food, so yeah, not that great. Probably I have to first buy some normal pot somewhere here, and then when I reach a larger town, I will look for a camping pot. In case you wondered how a small village somewhere in the Altai region looks like, this is how. Okay, pot situation fixed for now. Got the small pot for about €6 in the shop behind me. And some small town, well, village, whatever. But it's the biggest by far so far, so also check out the supermarket here. Okay, it's the biggest shop by far so far. Wow. It's quite interesting that Barilla here is cheaper than it's in Germany. And it's so surprising I actually have it, and it's even cheaper. Just left the town of Altai, a nice name fitting to the region. And I think it'll be a bit tough to manage the challenge to meet Johan later today still, because suddenly got very tired, had like 45 minutes power nap at the roadside, sleeping on the driver's seat. And also before there were quite a few gravel roads which didn't really help with the progress. And I still have about 6 hours to drive, and it's 3:45 p.m. so I don't feel like arriving at 9:30 in the evening. That means I won't drive all that far today, find a nice place to camp in the next 2 hours or so. And yeah, have a good, necessary night. And maybe still meet you on for lunch tomorrow. So it definitely always is a highlight to meet some people from along the route, along the way. I mean, we met Johan so long ago in the Altai Mountains. Since then he crossed Kyrgyzstan. Oh, we both crossed Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and now we're in Russia. So yeah, hopefully we'll manage. We made it to the Chuysky Trakt, which is a quite famous road leading from Novosibirsk to Mongolia through the Altai Mountains. And actually Chuysky Trakt was nominated by National Geographic as one of the top 10 roads worldwide because of its epic views and beautiful landscapes surrounding it. It also has historical significance because it used to be part of the Greater Silk Road, so it was already a trade route for a long, long time. But right now we're still further at the bottom, and here I have to say it's not that awesome. It's very, very busy. There's a lot of ecotourism here, a bit less eco. Definitely everybody has a car. There are many speed cameras, and there is many, many, many people, and I'm driving quite slow. But that's the beginning, and later on I guess we'll get into the real mountains. Now we're just following a beautiful river which is hidden behind the trees on the right. And yeah, the epic stuff is ahead. I guess we'll see that tomorrow. Okay, so the road is beginning to be quite beautiful and awesome. I mean, look at it. Perfect tarmac, driving through the mountains, hills around me, less traffic than before. This is beginning to be good fun. And I mean, the crazy stuff is still ahead. We're still driving quite high. Mountain passes are in front of us. I mean, this is the absolute opposite of the Chuya Highway, where every meter was a lot of work. This is just fun. Yeah, maybe Theodor and me deserved it, to be honest. Pretty good, pretty good. Looking forward to what will happen the next 2 days. Okay, small petrol stop somewhere in the Altai Mountains. Okay, once again, it's time to find a spot to sleep. I have my satellite view on to find the spot I'm targeting. I found it again over iOverlander, and let's hope it'll be a good spot. I really enjoy to every evening find something really spontaneously. Not plan a lot ahead, that's freedom. A small bridge leaving over the river. Okay, scouting for a place to sleep. Theodore right behind me, and I have to say this looks rather promising. It's a flat space right at the river. The road is not really far in this direction, but I don't really care so much. It's actually really nice here, so I think that's my spot for tonight. Okay, this is the spot. Second car arrived, and it's Igor with his family. They're from Krasnoyarsk, and friendly guys will also camp here, so I have company tonight. Okay, camp is going great. Food is cooking, Theodore's standing there. Igor turned on some music to make it more fun, I guess. There's some nice company and horses. Okay, good morning, guys. Breakfast is ready. Finally, I was able to prepare again some coffee for the entire crew. To my new Russian friends from Krasnoyarsk. And yeah, the night was pretty nice. In the early morning there was some thunderstorm and quite a lot of rain, so everything is wet. I have to wait a bit now for everything to dry, but I was pretty comfy in the tent, looking out over the rainy river. So yeah, good spot. Okay, back on the road after having a lovely camp with a very nice family at the riverside. Here's a photo of our breakfast together. They gave me some local caviar, super nice guys. And now I'm a bit excited because I'm on the Chuysky Trakt. It's an amazing road to drive. I mean, look at it, that's only the beginning. And yeah, I think from here on it'll get more and more awesome. And this is already awesome, so amazing day ahead with a lot of beautiful footage. So apparently this road used to be part of the old big Silk Road. So it's a very old trade route, passing the Altai Mountains here, between Novosibirsk and Mongolia. So yeah, a lot of history here. I mean, now it's perfectly paved. Just good fun for driving, but it has been much more before that. Also, once again, the views are absolutely amazing and they're changing all the time. So it's so nice to drive here. It's a mix of rocks, then green fields again, beautiful valleys with rivers inside, and always this glorious view. Many colors, and also the light somehow has something special to it. Inside to the motorbike. Yeah, absolutely great. And I mean, also the motorbike right now, but also all the other motorbikes I saw, all Russian tourists. I have seen no European tourists so far here. The only European I know about is Johan, who's still about 2 hours away from here, and I'm trying to catch him. He is heading towards Mongolia. Just for a reminder, Johan is our French cyclist friend who was hitchhiking with us a bit on the Chuya Highway with a foldable bike that we put onto the roof of Theodore. Yeah, so I hope to see him again, have lunch with him maybe somewhere. That's my goal right now. So right now I'm driving quite quickly on this absolutely beautiful road, not having any photo stops. But the good news is I have to double back and drive the same route back towards Novosibirsk, because if I go straight further I'll end up in Mongolia and I have only a single entry visa for Russia, so Mongolia is something for the next tour, not for this one. Okay, I had a small shock for a moment because some antifreeze was dripping out of Theodore, but it looks like the new lid I bought is not so good as the old one, so I put the old lid onto the coolant. What is it called? Coolant place where the coolant goes in. Well, you understand what I mean. Old lid is back and now it should be fine again. Okay, so the landscape side is absolutely beautiful here, changing all the time. But what I'm still waiting for is some mountains with snow on the top. I was told there are some somewhere, but so far I didn't see any snow. So, let's look for some snow and for Johan. He's about half an hour away from me, somewhere on his bike. I'm hunting him down on my old BMW. I think I'm faster than him. Okay, we made it onto 1,800 meters over sea level. And suddenly the landscape looks like this, like a big desert landscape basically. I guess a lot of snows here for a long time, every year. Yeah, so very desert-like landscape around us. It's crazy how diverse these mountains are, from lush green valleys with horses and forests to this landscape that you would expect on the Mars maybe. Well, okay, this is the official entrance to Koshagash, last large settlement in Russia before Mongolia. That's how it looks here. It's quite interesting how colorful all the roofs are. Nice colors around. But apart of that, it's rather barren. No tree, not even a bush. Just some reeds and horses. But judging by the tractor in front of us, I know it's rather something for construction works, not for farming, so I guess also not farming. I heard that you can eat yak meat here, so there are yaks here as well. Yeah, let's look at these amazing open views. I mean, I won't make it to Mongolia on this trip, but I guess that's how parts of Mongolia might look like a bit. Absolutely crazy. Who is that? That is Johan. I know this guy. Now he wants to race me, I think. I don't think he can. There we go. Vive la France, eh? Johan! We made it! How are you doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Great shape.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I slowed down because I think this is a good place to
At the bus stop, maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, we can do that.
Shade.
Yeah. Or we can see if we find some yak pelmeni in the village. I don't know, do you think they have something like that?
Pelmeni, let's try yak pelmeni. I
Hello.
also have a bit of chicken that is ready.
Yeah, if you meet people on the Pamir Highway, it connects you because you both endured something harsh. So yeah, good to see this guy again. Again, high up in the mountains, next to Mongolia. Let's have a stop here. Okay guys, this is a special moment because it's the most eastern point of the route. And I'm here with Johan, our French friend. I gave him the outfit I got in
Don't judge a book by its cover, I'm French.
Yeah, he's French. Don't believe it, but he is. And the outfit I got from Machina KG and Bishkek, I gave to him because he needs it in Mongolia, I decided. So yeah, good to see this guy again. And have a safe trip, Johan. There he goes.
Mongolia.
Okay guys, I just left the village of Tsana Owl, still driving out a bit towards Mongolia for a few photos. And this is a special part of the trip because it's the most eastern point of my route. Because from now on, I'll be heading back towards west, towards home.